Hello everyone, it's the 2-Minute Terminator. It's Ethan McKinley and we are here to present to you the 2-Minute Terminator.
Hi, my name's Ellie Fitzgerald and I am the co-host of the 2-Minute Terminator. How is everyone this evening?
I don't know, but we do break the Terminator films down 2 minutes at a time. We are on episode 9 and we are going from minutes 16 to 18. If I'm wrong, we're going to find out in a second. I'll actually check my notes.
No, it is 16 to 18.
Yes! Today's background music is Elmer Bernstein's Spacehunter Adventures in the Forbidden Zone with Molly Ringwald and the other guy. I can't remember his name.
It's amazing music. I love it.
Very much in the mold of
It seems like full of hope.
It
like
does.
The beginning of a journey kind of music.
It is. It's a strange film. The reason I'm playing this is because the star of today's clip is grizzled character actor Michael Ironside. He plays baddies in so many films. He's in
Total Recall.
He's in Total Recall. He plays the party victor. Yeah, he plays Overdog in this film, Spacehunter.
He's the one that's shagging Sharon Stone.
He is indeed. He's a real husband, isn't he?
Aye.
So yeah, it's basically set in this dystopian future on a different planet, and Michael Ironside plays the cybernetic overlord Overdog. He's a really creepy character. He's got metal arms and he's got like this rubbery Michael Ironside head and like metal teeth. It's pretty cool. It freaked me out as a kid. It was released in 1983, so it was a 3D film. I'm not sure how the 3D back then worked. I can only assume it was the red, bluey, green kind of Jaws 3D 1950s William Castle, the Tingler, shitty kind of scare movie. I don't know.
Well, he really went there.
Oh yeah. Oh well, the Tingler, William Castle would try loads of gimmicks to get people into the theatres, basically. And the Tingler was a film about this kind of like brain-eating parasite, and when it attacked, it was called the Tingler. He'd give everyone a slight electric shock in the audience.
I thought it was a film that Jimmy Savile was in, but hey.
No, he had all the chairs rigged, basically. I'm sure film fans out there are going to know more about that story than I have, paraphrasing it awfully as I just did. And on that bombshell,
Ethan,
yes?
Hit the music.
Which music?
The music.
Sorry, I just wanted to ruin the moment. Hit the music.
Wanker!
Howdy, stranger.
Don't say howdy, stranger, to me.
You didn't do the fourth. Thank God. It sucked. Yeah, it sucked.
And yes, we are back. Anyway, as I was saying, yes, today's clip features Michael Ironside. He's been in Top Gun. He's been in Total Recall, as Ellie said. He's been in Scanners. What else has he been in, Ellie, apart from Spacehunter? Ellie's miles away.
Kenny Loggins there. Well, you said Top Gun.
Well, can you hear me, Ellie?
I can.
Okay, so the music's not too loud. That's fine. Yeah, we're going. This is episode 9, guys. Welcome to the show. We're going from minutes 16 to 18, and this is kind of what we mentioned in the previous episode, is that perhaps Christian Bale or John Connor isn't the messianic figure we were led to believe. Ironside is one of the people doubting his credibility, I guess. He doesn't seem to like him very much. And he always seems to like overrule or countermand. Well, I think John Connor perhaps represents...
He's a bit of a rogue, isn't he?
Well, but he's one of the leaders of the resistance. This guy, Michael Ironside, is always, I guess, on command, who is always on this submarine. But he always seems to be like countermanding John's orders. I think he was the one that called in the the airstrike and things to the...
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Well, that kind of ties in nicely to one of the points that I've made on this particular 2-minute clip. First of all, the first thing I'll say is this is the first 2 minutes that's really kind of like ground my gears.
Oh.
I've got a few qualms. I've just got general distaste for it, really. So the first thing that annoyed me, oh God, what? You've literally just been saying his name. What's the dude's name?
Michael Ironside.
Michael. There we go.
Hello, Michael.
Michael. Michael is kind of pacing around, getting more and more angry with John, who's been sat down in this underwater command camp in a bloody submarine.
Bloody submarine.
Bloody submarine. And yeah, he's almost like in front of a board of like generals or some important military people. And Michael goes a little bit kind of apeshit at him and saying, you know, I don't believe in false prophets, blah, 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 blah. Are we reading from the same page? Pulls a gun out, puts it to John's head. John looks at him, and in the biggest overacting I think I've ever seen, he goes, yeah, we're on the same page. I was like, oh, God, I hate this man.
Who, bullshit Bale?
Ugh. It's like Opie and Anthony. I hate this woman. This is how I feel about Bale. I hate this douchebag. He's such a dick.
Why? You love him.
I think I hate him more than Robert Brownie Jr.
You like Robert Brownie Jr. Right,
no,
listeners, everyone.
I like Tony Stark.
No.
Don't like Robert.
That's unfair. Right, basically, you hated... You hate all actors, but you'd not seen any of their work, so you hated Tom Cruise. All right, admittedly, his personal life is a bit wacky.
I've never said anything about their talent. I don't like the people. I don't like the person Tom Cruise. I still stand by that.
But Robert Downey Jr. essentially plays Robert Downey Jr. in Iron Man. He does.
I know, but at least in Iron Man, he is a hero. He changes his ways. He's still the egotistical, fucking arrogant, you know, pig. But he's fucking Iron Man. And
yeah.
Also, I kind of like the thought that Iron Man would be with someone as dowdy as Gwyneth Paltrow.
Never gonna happen, Gwyneth. Never gonna happen.
Never gonna get it, never gonna
Or you
get
still
it.
steam your vagina.
Never gonna. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Yeah. So, no. Bale, I hate you, sir. Maybe you should get him on your show. So yeah, I thought that was terrible overacting. Why this guy puts Michael? What position do we think he has? Is he some kind of like military general or? I don't know.
I think. Well, like I said, I think Michael is kind of. He's always on the command submarine. He never gets his hands dirty. He's a bit of a chicken hawk, maybe.
Well, they say with war, it's old men send young men to fight their battles, isn't it?
They do. I don't know. I think the main these two characters are at loggerheads because he always countermands John's orders and he doesn't believe he thinks he's this false prophet.
So this follows nicely into.
And he's kind of right.
Point. Well, what I wanted to know was, fair enough, he sees John as a bit of a threat, but he states that the military see John as a threat. I would have thought that, considering John's background and John's history with Terminators, that he would actually be quite a valuable tool. Obviously, they'd have to monitor him or try to monitor him, but I would have thought that he would have been like a pinnacle person in fighting this war. So why, first of all, why he's had a gun put to his head? I don't think he's done anything that we've seen to really warrant, like, death by firing squad. No?
No, well, I think like any bureaucracy, I think the command doesn't like this lone guy that's kind of hopefully, I guess, in this story, inspiring people, and he's kind of like not following orders all the time. He's doing his own thing, and he's like, it's all through one person, isn't it? It's not done by committee. It's not done by a bunch of people going, should we do that? Should we not? There's nothing. I mean, it is tactical, but I mean, it's two worlds fighting, isn't it? Really, they fight in the machines, but they're also fighting amongst themselves. It's a bunch of, like, I guess, well, bureaucrats running things, and John's not the person to do that, and they hate him for that.
Oh dear. Johnny's not making any friends. Also, if when Michael had said to him, are we reading from the same page? If he'd gone, nah, fuck off, mate, could give a fuck. What, would he have just shot them in front of all of those people? Would you kill someone that was that valuable? Do you think it was just scared tactics? But obviously with someone like John Connor, you're not going to scare him into saying something he doesn't want to say.
It is scared tactics.
I just found the whole, I don't know, I just found the whole kind of setup of this scene just a bit weird, a bit bizarre.
Well, it is weird because we don't know what iteration of the script, as I said before, and as we've constantly said in all the episodes, that this isn't. Oh God, this isn't the story. When Christian Bale came on board, all this was kind of thrown up in the air, and his character was made front and center, where it was actually Marcus Wright's story. Well, he did. Christian Bale basically stated before the film. Bullshit Bale later stated, after the filming was done, he expressed some concerns that McG, that to the Terminator fan base, he was expressing concerns about him taking over the franchise. Bale told him that nothing in your filmography, McG, suggests that you have what it takes to do this movie properly.
Oh my God.
McG ultimately convinced Bale to give him a chance so that he could evolve as a director, but as of 2014 admits that the film didn't work, insinuating that it was ultimately McG who blew it, and stating that he would never work with McG again, though he wishes him well. Is Christian Bale a nice person?
No.
There was that spat he had like with the guy on the set, the lighting with the director of photography screaming at him.
You can just see it on his face, man.
There was the incident with his mother.
I really believe that.
He's had that public spat with his mother, which prompted like Peter, what's his name, from Family Guy to go, "You punch your mother with that mouth?"
Yeah, but Ethan, as soon as you become like famous, you do realise that all the shit that goes down with your mum's all going to be exposed. So don't throw stones in glass houses.
There's only a bit of strangulation hither and thither. She's fine with it.
I've even seen Ethan like attack his mum and take her to the ground.
Well, if someone's being unreasonable, you have to.
I haven't changed.
A woman is still a woman, whether she's your mother or not. I don't know.
Indeed.
He just seems a bit. This is the thing. I think Kanye West has this.
I just don't like this scene.
Well, this scene is bad. It's a bit like the Kanye West thing. I think it's. I think sometimes when they reach a certain.
Genius.
Yeah, if someone reaches a certain level of fame, if you act unruly and antisocial and you scream at people and you like act all arrogant, I think they hope like maybe it's the Kubrick effect. They expect maybe people will think you're a tortured genius. But he doesn't really do that. He just banged his nanny.
No, but, you know, he was massively... Well, a lot of people would have said that he was very arrogant and he was very kind of...
He was arrogant, I think, in that...
Showboaty.
He was, but he was in... A bit like wrestling, he was in very much that kind of like machismo, like testosterone-fueled world of showy bodybuilding. And part of him winning, of course, was psyching out the other bodybuilders. Like Lou Ferrigno, he picks on incessantly. He was
but Louis Ferrigno was never a showboat. He was always massively an underdog, mainly because of his dad.
Although weirdly, he still looks like physically great. Yeah, he's still in shape. I was
talking to my dad yesterday about Lou Ferrigno actually, and he said he's just like, you should get up pictures of him now, and he does. He looks a lot better than Arnie does.
Yeah.
Sorry, Arnie. But yeah. Plus, we can't forget that he was the Hulk back in 1970 something.
Well, that was offered to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I know.
And he turned it down. He recommended his friend Lou because he had a big forehead.
I remember seeing like the making of the Hulk, and they were showing. I can't believe. Well, I guess I was a very young kid when I used to watch those. Mm-hmm. But they'd show like how where the bits of paint would kind of come off, or if he was like wearing tights, you could see the gusset and stuff. I remember that was being pretty entertaining. But yeah. Anyway, we digress.
I was going to say the committee. You've got the committee of people. There's a Russian guy. I'm assuming the guy with the moustache who looks like someone from the 1930s. Like, hello, I'm an English gentleman.
Fetch my blunderbuss.
I work in the trenches. Yeah, I think he's the British guy. There's an Asian dude, and then there's a black dude. So there's kind of like, it's like the United Colours of Benetton Resistance.
That's what the EU's going to be like.
Well, it was actually cut because there was a black transgender playing one of the commanders of the Resistance as well.
But then they went, what's that? Get rid of it.
Yeah.
We get more of bullshit Batman Bale in this.
You really don't like this person, do you?
I really don't. I really, 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 really don't. How does Bale know that they found something in that underground... I don't know what that was. Gas chamber or whatever.
Well, I'll tell you. You know the answer. You know the answer to this because we did an entire episode on it. In Ellie's defence, listeners, Ellie's not near a computer at the moment. I send her the clip on her phone, but then she can't watch the clip as she's talking into the phone because she's not in studio. So when they went into the underground research facility, I guess developing the bioflesh that they're going to put on the new Terminators, he sees the Terminator, the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing that you claim to look like Samuel L. Jackson, and the guy goes, "Is that the thing you were talking about?"
I stand by what I said.
Or, yeah, just like you said, John. So that's basically what he's saying. So that's the answer to your question.
Yeah, but how does he know that that was what was down there? All it said was that was the new model of Terminator they were making. When John Connor originally goes down into that underground lair or whatever it is, they said that there's no sign of anything down here.
No, I know.
There's no sign of any Terminators or anything, so he wouldn't have known that there was a Terminator in there, even if they'd done the work at that point or not.
No, I know, but that's why he's gone to command and diverted that twin helicopter to come and see Michael Ironside to tell them about this stuff, and they're not buying any of it because he's the false prophet.
But how does he know that they found that down there? He's just clutching at straws.
I'm assuming. It's another plot hole in this thing. The first thing would have been about this scene is they're developing.
He's just been in he's just had a.
And we've lost her.
And then has been rescued by some other pilot. Like, how would he know that they've actually found anything down there? And also, another qualm I have with this with this 2 minutes. So initially, they didn't even want John down there. They didn't want to be locatable. The next minute, they're saying they don't want to discuss what's been found. John, goes a bit nuts. And then the next minute, he's just like, oh, well, this is what's going on. John Connor is actually facing all of the screens with all of the information on it pretty much the whole time. So if they wanted to keep it such a goddamn secret, why plonk John Connor right in front of all these screens in what quite clearly looks like the main hub and source of information? Wouldn't they put him in like a cell or something? I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me. I was like, if this is all really top secret, why put him in front of all these screens that are... his eyesight is fucking amazing because, again, when he was in the dark and that guy was really quickly scrolling up through that list of information, he was like, hang on, stop, go back a second, there.
No, but that's just a film. That's just he can get across expositional information really quickly.
Still doesn't detract away from the fact that I just thought it was not very...
It is, but as we said, this film's obviously got a lot of...
in front of all these screens.
This film's obviously got a lot of problems because, like I said, when Bale came aboard...
Salvation Sympathizer? What the fuck's going on?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the film's loaded with problems because Bale came aboard and they sidelined Marcus Wright, who was the main character.
Bale's got to you, hasn't he? He's coming on your show and you don't...
He hasn't got to me. Oh, he's coming on. Yes, he's coming on.
He's coming on my face.
Relax. Yeah, no, I don't. It's just a bit confusing, and this scene kind of doesn't really go anywhere either. I suppose it's there to... No, it's just there to set up his, loggerhead kind of nature with Michael Ironside.
I know, I just hate this scene in the general public.
They just
so
don't
there were
like each other.
pointers I had. Actually, no, there's another thing that I wanted to question. Michael says Skynet is a machine unlike all other machines. It has an off switch. Well, that's bollocks, but carry on.
Well, that is. I mean, it's something that's in everything.
Every machine has an off switch.
It does, but as we said before, time and time again, in not just this season but many, Skynet is everywhere. It's kind of it's decentralized. That's the whole point of it. You can't just get to it and turn it off. In James Cameron's movies, though, however, according to Carl Reese, they had got through the defense grid. They had smashed everything, and they were about to destroy Skynet. Its last course of action was to use the tactical time weapon, which was send the Terminator back to kill Sarah Connor. Now, why in future films, and this has been brought up a million times on a million blogs and feeds and websites, is why not just send the Terminators far enough back? Why bother going to the same time in Terminator 2 to kill Sarah Connor's son 10 years later? Go right back
Sarah.
and kill the grandfather. Kill her father.
Kill them all!
Kill them all!
Kill them all! We paid for blood! Oh, man. So there are the points that I have. Are there any cock-ups in this, Ethan?
Absolutely none, apart from the entire scene itself, the general plot holes, and Christian Bale being cast whatsoever as John Connor.
Well, why don't we look up all the movies that Michael's been in?
Okay.
Let's do that, shall we?
We'll do a little bonus.
I can only remember him in. So there was, like you said, Total Recall. What else do I remember him being in?
That's all he's been in.
That's it. Has he always played a baddie?
Yeah, pretty much. He always plays a baddie. That's kind of his casting, isn't it? He's like always plays the psychotic bad guy. I suppose he got that from being in Scanners, which is the kind of like telekinetic, assassination movie by David Cronenberg. I think from 1981 maybe. But he's been in Starship Troopers. He played Lieutenant Ratchak.
Yeah, Starship Troopers, awesome movie.
Everyone fights, no one quits. He's in The Machinist with Christian Bale again. He's in Top Gun, of course. Total Recall that Ellie mentioned. Now, if we go way back into the sands of time, he's obviously in the music you hear playing in the background and the little bits of dialogue. It's Spacehunter.
Anything else?
Sorry, I was just waiting for you to say something.
Well, you're meant to be reading a list of films he's in.
Okay, well, he played Darkside in the Superman the TV series, 1997 to 2000. Something Darkside. FX, the series he was in, Sequest 2032, which was the sequel series to Sequest DSV with Roy Scheider.
God. Sequest.
DSV. Red Scorpion 2, not even the first Red Scorpion with Dolph, it's the second one. Who's actually in that? I'm dying to know.
How old is he?
Matt McComb played Nick Stone. How old is he? Born in 1950.
So that makes him
66.
It does indeed.
He's been in ER.
ER?
Yeah.
Is that back in the George Clooney days?
His first film was a film called Outrageous. He played a drunk. 1977. Highballing, Power Play, Summer's Children. Never heard of any of these. The Littlest Hobo. He played Bill in The Littlest Hobo. There you go.
Amazing.
Michael Ironside, The Littlest Hobo.
We salute you, sir. He's been in some great movies.
He has. He's been in the A-Team. V. Do you remember? Oh, you don't remember V. V was a series I used to love as a kid.
No, what's V? Never even heard of it.
Littlest Hobo.
The Littlest Hobo.
Basically, aliens.
Is it true? Oh, sorry.
Aliens invade Earth. They didn't invade. They arrive and say, we've got the cure to cancer and all these diseases. We're going to come and live with you in peace. And actually, it's a giant front.
And they're like, oh no, the government makes loads of money.
It's where David Icke got all his ideas from. They're actually lizard people who wear like fake skin. And they kind of like are actually harvesting people for food. And it's a giant conspiracy. And these small band of rebels, Michael Ironside included, and the Beastmaster's Mark Singer, whose music we played 2 episodes back. They're the resistance.
It's all tying in beautifully, isn't it?
Well, they're the resistance trying to kind of like get the word out that these are actually evil and they're eating people.
Listen, Marge, it's evil.
So yeah, there we go.
Amazing. Quite the curriculum vitae he has. Well, I have nothing else to add to this particular 2 minutes, unless there's something particularly you wanted to add. Did you have any qualms with this scene?
Nothing at all. I think we've kind of covered it. It's just a bit of a slow scene, and there wasn't really a lot of information on it, sadly.
No.
So sorry, everyone. We do
Although
better.
We have established that John Connor is a bit of a rogue, also seems to be able to pull the shots because he's going to be the one that's going to test this bloody thing, isn't he?
Well, I will, of course, include the most famous scene from the film V, which is the guinea pig eating scene.
Oh God. I can't wait to see it.
Remarkably, when they did the remake series of V in
Twitter.
2010, it looked terrible. It looked much better in the original version. So 2 versions will be put up of the guinea pig eating scene.
The guinea pig.
When you see it, Ellie, just wait. I've sent it to you. You'll like it.
Amazing. Trust me, you'll like it.
You'll like it.
I like it a lot. So yes, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, listen to us on SoundCloud. Just tell everyone you know, scream it from the rooftops and the mountains. I don't care
This
where
show
you
is
live.
terrible and don't tune in. Yes,
Exactly.
thank you all for listening. We shall return. Not tomorrow, but we'll be back on Friday with 2 shows, I think. Because I'm going to miss tomorrow because I'll be away again.
Oh, what are you doing tomorrow?
Work.
Oh, I was going to say, is it more auditions?
No, unless we get recalled.
Way!
Hey!
Anyway, hasta la vista.
Baby.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. fucking done professionally. Fucking ass.